Hey everyone, this podcast is sponsored by In-House Media. In-House Media is currently offering premier services for all of their clients. From web development to LLCs and trademarks to radio advertisements and even producing fresh new podcasts and more. The difference between In-House Media and the other local web development competitors is with In-House Media, you actually own all the media that's developed for you. Don't get your head caught in the corporate cluster and work with someone local right here in Genesee County, a family-owned business who gives you the opportunity to own all of your trademarks, websites, and more. Visit them online now at inhousemediaofficial.com and use the promo code BurtonBeat to receive 25% off your first service with In-House Media.
Welcome to the Burton Beat. This is officially, I know on the last podcast I said that was the 9th episode, but this is actually the 9th episode.
I think you got confused with the in-betweens.
Yeah, but this is Twisted Lemon Blues Band. And I'm Jeff, your host, and we got Mark, our Burton Raccoon.
There's an edit.
Yep. No edit on that one. It's just playing through. And then who do we got here?
My name's Donnie Sampson. I'm the lead singer.
My name's Charles Barone. I'm the bass player.
I'm Roy Amon. I'm the drummer.
Jason Crisp. I'm the lead guitar.
Crispy.
You know it's Crispy. I like that.
Yeah, we call him Crispy.
What was your last name again? Crisp. Okay, so that's what. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I.
Like a fancy chip.
Yeah. Dude. Okay. So have you had those? Oh God, which Munchos?
Munchos.
Oh my God.
Dude, they're so good.
Those
so
are the
slept
best.
on.
Yeah.
So salty.
I don't care, man. It's totally worth it. Those things are delicious. Munchos, if you'd like to sponsor us, what I love most.
I think we're better off probably getting a sponsor from Better Made.
Well, yeah, because it's Michigan made. But hey,
yeah.
I'm
Uncle
not
Ray's.
gonna turn it down if they're like, hey, we wanna sponsor you. So.
Right.
Munchos is like the Arizona tea of snacks because they were $2 a bag for like 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're like.
$2.50 a
Yeah.
bag. Like
They increased. Yeah.
they increased ever so
Inflation.
slightly, but like inflation gets to
Arizona's
us
used to
all.
be $1. Come on.
Yeah, I know. For like 30 years, they were $1
Yeah.
forever.
What I love most about you guys is, by looking at you, I could guess what instrument you played. like you especially, you look like you were born with a bass coming out like of your mom. You just had a bass.
There's stuff on the wing, but
I get it. For her and the G.
Of course, he looks like a guitar player.
He does. Crispy. You just look fancy, dude.
Thank you, man.
And obviously, you what'd you say your first name was again?
Donnie.
Donnie. That's right.
That's Donnie.
So,
Yep. Just Donnie.
we were introduced to you guys by Douglas Schmelter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
No
No
Fun
Fun
Allowed.
Allowed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No fun allowed.
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
of which,
There we go.
you got their shirt on.
You know. But
Commercial break.
do you guys play with him a lot? Or?
we've had a couple of gigs with them
Okay.
in the past.
They're fun.
Oh, yeah.
They've invited us to one, we've invited them to one, and we played together.
Works out good. We do different music. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
We do different music, but the roots are kind of the same. Like
Yeah.
they're really super heavy and grungy, but they've got a lot of deep-rooted blues stuff that's going on, like backseated in their riffs, and we bring that to the forefront. We get that kind of heavier, grungier sound in the back. So while you wouldn't think we go together, we go together.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
I like that. You know what? I'm honestly kind of shocked that you guys wanted to be on the podcast, because when I reviewed you guys' song, Zombie Girl, I was like, oh no, I was too hard on the song and stuff like that, and they're gonna hate me and stuff like that. Because I was telling Mark and Travis, I'm like, oh man, I just totally dissed them, and I was like, no, I wasn't trying to diss. It's just give them an honest opinion of the
Right.
song. But
Yeah,
That's
honest,
respected.
honest
Yeah.
unbiased.
Creative feedback
That's
is always
what-
good.
That's what that show's about. It's honest, unbiased opinions,
Right.
from us.
Well,
So
so you're not the first one to give us some critical feedback on that song. We did the Detroit Blues Society International Blues Challenge qualifier last year,
Okay.
and we played the Zombie Girl for that. We didn't get that exact same kind of feedback. Actually, it was kind of like split down the middle.
Okay.
Half of the judges really, really liked it and
Yeah.
gave us A+,
Right.
and the other half said, that's not
Not
really
blues.
blues.
Yeah.
And it really is blues based
Yeah.
if you
I was-
listen to the
I was
chord
gonna say,
progression.
it
it's-
really is.
Yeah.
blues- it's
So,
blues-based.
we're still kind of agnostic about what we should think about the critical acclaim of it. We enjoy playing the song. That's probably the biggest thing. We really like playing it because
Yeah.
it's a rock song. It's got blues chord progression. We think people like to hear it, and you'll hear it live here, and you can tell us what you thought the difference was between hearing it from a recording at the Wildwood Amphitheater
Right.
last year to hearing it live. So I think there's just a bigger difference.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Rather than you guys like recording it in like a studio and putting it out, rather than having a live version is totally different. Because blues, what I've come to discover over the years is blues is more of a vibe.
It's a
than
feeling.
Yeah, than
You gotta-
anything, and that's something that you get more in person than you do like over. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I do like listening to like a good blues song, like on the radio and stuff like
Right.
that. But like feeling it in person is a lot different.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what I've noticed too in the past is, I've been listening to blues for a long, long time. I used to sit out in Bonfire in my 20s and 30s, late into the night, and we just put on a blues station and listen to the blues late into the night. And a lot of that is like, what Crispy really likes too is like the old Mississippi Delta style blues, the Robert Johnson roots kind of thing, Muddy Waters.
Oh,
Robert
yeah.
Johnson's
You know,
amazing.
yeah,
I mean,
Howlin'
come on.
Wolf, those kind of blues. That's the type of stuff that I listen to. But if you listen now, there's a thing on Spotify called Modern Rock Blues.
Yeah.
And it is a really sort of a different take on the blues. And that's kind of where we feel our genre is taking us to.
It's the rock
Because
blues.
we play rock music, we like rock music, but we also, we're the blues band. So we
Right.
play blues rock music.
Right.
So we play some classic rock tunes too.
Okay.
Trying to keep the audience somewhat engaged because
Right.
a lot of people like to hear what they know, right?
Yeah.
In popular tunes. But then again, when we start playing our originals, we find that people start tapping their toes. Some people start getting up and dancing.
Uh-huh.
And if they start hearing it more often and more often, if they get some airplay, then of course it's going to be really popular.
Right.
Yep. We have, what do we have? Are we up to 5 or 6 originals now? 6 originals now? And we're only going to be able to play 4 of them today, but it's a very broad range. Like,
Yeah.
we've got some stuff that's like super classic blues. Like,
Yeah.
you hear it and you're like, oh, that band's been playing blues for 50 years. And, I'm only 33, but that's neither here nor there. But, and then we've got songs like Zombie Girl where it's like, I thought they were a blues band. It's coming together really nicely, but we're still young and we're still working on our songwriting processes a lot and blending everybody's sound together to get the final result.
And you're almost
Which
34.
leads
Yeah,
up to,
okay.
Next month.
No, not till July. Don't sell me short.
which leads up, how long you guys been together?
Together as a band?
Yeah,
2.5
together as a band.
years.
2.5 years, okay.
No.
So originally,
Well, you guys,
we
yeah.
started in a Halloween party at the American Legion in Lake Orion.
Yeah,
So that was like October 30th, I think it was,
2021.
2021.
okay.
But then, and so we kind of just met each other there, jammed together, really thought, hey, that sounded pretty cool. I have a studio in Ortonville, and I said, hey guys, let's just show up. So a few people came, some people didn't.
Yeah.
And eventually it evolved into our first gig in March the following year at Shiners in Grand Blanc, which has since closed for now.
I frequent that bar a lot.
Yeah, and we played there, a couple times, and it was really cool. And then
With
they
my
shut down
friends.
even when we had a gig scheduled for that place. But
Yeah.
since that first gig opened up, we had a different singer. And then Donnie was actually at the gig, and he came and played a little bit of jam in between and stuff like that. And then the singer that we had some issues that she had to go away.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Personal
so,
issues couldn't
so Donnie
continue.
tried out. We tried out multiple singers, and Donnie was our best choice. So
'Cause
he's
the
been
first-
with us ever since.
First time I ever heard of you guys was from my friend Ryan Mansfield.
Okay.
So, and he told me about you.
Mansfield's a cool cat.
And then he was like, "Oh, they're playing Shiners," and I'm like, "Cool."
He
But
also
I-
has a podcast.
Who does also have a
Oh
podcast?
yeah, I've
yes.
been on there
Yep.
twice.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been
on there
on
more
times.
times than I want to admit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't remember I was on
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
That's how it gets that way with him.
Yeah, it
Love you,
happens.
Ryan. Anyway,
So,
so
you said you had a studio in Otis,
Ortonville.
Ortonville.
Yeah.
So do you guys have like any? You guys have anything like recorded yet?
No,
A li-
we're working on
Work-
that.
A little bit. We don't have any originals recorded. We've got a couple of tracks that I've fooled around with. I dabble in production. The quality that I got was great, but it's been difficult with all of the gigs and the rehearsals and writing new tracks to really like sit down as a group and take a day and lay out some tracking.
Yeah, our band is
Because-
literally stupid busy.
Stupid busy.
Like we're always playing like every freaking weekend.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean that's
he's
a good
in
thing.
he's in what, 3 bands?
yeah,
And
I'm always playing. Like
He's-
I'm literally Thursday through Sunday.
Yep.
So that's
And
basically
I'm-
your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wish. We friggin' wish. And I'm also in 3 bands.
Really?
So, well, I still play for the Moonlighters.
Oh.
Sean Cantwell's
That's
band.
right.
I'm still jamming out
Speaking
with
of Sean
them.
Cantwell,
Right?
we got invited to sessions.
Okay,
So, yeah,
cool.
We know Sean.
Awesome, yeah.
Well, I've known Sean.
Yeah, I
for
was
a
gonna
long
say you
time,
know Sean
but
forever. But
these guys met him.
I play in that band still. We just did our 5-year anniversary show at Cascade Lounge. Whoop whoop. Hi Tara. On 420, exactly. That was our first gig ever as a band. Was on 420. It was awesome.
Wow.
But then we got another bit going. The One Timers.
No, the one time.
That's kind of a thing we got going.
Another non-practicing band.
We called it the One Timers for a reason because we're gonna get together. We're gonna play one time.
One timers. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what are your bands?
I played with the Hounds of Hadley with Mike Smith and Frank Bash and
I know them.
Matt Morales
As,
and Dave Jack.
Yeah. the Hounds of
I'm in
I've
that-
heard of the Hounds of Hadley.
I'm in that band
Yep.
too.
Yeah, Donnie comes into that one when we need him. The Hounds formed just like kind of like the One Timers, but they stuck around. You know, we just came together, became a band. You know, it was actually kind of fun.
That's
And
cool.
then I played with another thing called the Pause Party for a guy named Alex, and he donates all the money to local animal shelters. That he
Oh,
Oh, that's really
makes.
cool.
So
That's
one of the
really
cool things
awesome.
that we do.
That's really cool.
Played with a couple other people, and I'm basically a gun for hire. So
Like,
they tell me to come and play. I
Hired
play.
guns.
I do the same thing. I mean, I drum for whoever. We host the open jam on Thursday nights
Yeah,
at
every
Cascade.
Thursday at
That's a good time. Sometimes it's blues, sometimes it's whatever we want it to be, you know.
I mean, when I was in that neighborhood, I used to pop in there quite often.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing not this week, but the next weekend. There'll be I think Tara will be officially Blues Society.
Yeah, Tara's
Right.
real an official Blues Society member. So her
Oh,
bar,
so-
her bar will be sanctioned by the Detroit Blues Society.
Very
That's
cool.
We're running
Which
all
bar?
the big blues.
Cascade
Cascade.
Lounge.
that is great. You know what? I had
You
never.
just gotta go there.
I have never heard of this bar until like the last couple of months, and it's everywhere. And I'm like, where's it at again?
Right
It's
in
on
the
number
bar.
one. It's
Okay.
right on 24. You just gotta
Yep.
follow it.
Where the old
24
paint
You get off-
shop is.
Yeah, you ever go do Lone Wolf paintball over there in Metamora?
He's not
I
from around
I
here.
don't know if you noticed.
Area.
I was walking in with a cane. I don't know.
I mean,
I feel
that
like
cane is way too tall for a 4-year-old, and I know you were a kid once.
He's from Montrose area, so.
I'm from Davison. I live
Oh,
in
yeah, actually
Montrose.
Davison.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I know a little bit of
Metamora.
Thank you, Metamora. Metamora.
So if you get off 69 right there at M24 and
Yeah.
go south,
So
go down
go
about
that
5
way, move
miles.
into Sessions, we
Here,
go the
right,
other
go
way.
the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And head out down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm more. I know more of the Metamora area past Davison, like between Davis and Goodrich area.
They got the best
Okay.
stage area around, I think.
Who, Cascades?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That dance floor is huge.
Yeah, the dance floor is huge. The stage is huge.
Yeah, it can get really
They
packed.
got their
in
own
there, too,
lights.
so.
Yeah.
I
Like,
gotta check them out. Maybe we'll go down check. Actually,
I've been down there, trust me, I know.
yeah,
I've seen
well,
it packed.
I-
I've seen
I-
it packed.
Yeah.
So, we were talking a little bit earlier about our inspirations and stuff like that. What would you say would be your inspirations of music wise?
somebody else want to go first on this one?
Uh oh.
I know
Mine
Donnie.
are from
Donnie's
back-
got a whole
I started playing at bass in around 66 or 67.
Okay, so recently.
A lot of classic rock stuff.
You're right.
It's, you know, it's my background, and there's a ton of blues in that.
Right.
It's been great playing with the young guys.
Yeah. You guys aren't all the same age? That's weird.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Can you
Great
believe he's not 33?
I know.
It's like Howard Stern's younger brother over
Yeah.
here.
Mix between like Keith Richards and Howard Stern.
It kind of reminds me of the singer from the Oak Ridge Boys too.
A little Papa Umamau. All right.
So I took up the bass because I played French horn in the Birmingham All City Orchestra for a while.
Okay.
And there was a stand-up bass player next to me, and then we tried switching instruments. It didn't work out. But I really like rock and roll. I go, you know, I know music really well. There's only 4 strings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's only so many notes, so it's like, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
And so that's how it all got started.
He says as he plays a 5-string bass.
Yeah.
Right? There's only 4 strings, as he has.
Another one.
So I decided to add an
It
extra.
took me like 50 years.
Add a little bit more complexity.
All right.
4
Well,
was too easy.
I
That's
imagine
cool.
the transition between French horn and bass. There's a little because you don't
Yeah,
really.
I mean, French horn, was, you know, was a lot
Would you
of
add a
classic
kazoo
stuff.
to it just so you had something to blow into, like when you were?
No, I kind of let it all go.
Oh.
My parents weren't very
This
much
isn't
involved.
plethora.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's good. That's cool. It's a weird transition, I would say. It's not something I would bet on. Like, oh, what instrument do you think you could play? You know.
Well, I really wanted to get into a band, so
Right.
I figured, like I said, since I knew a little music,
Yeah.
4 strings, how hard could it be?
It's
right?
not like all the classic rock bands were scrambling for a French horn player.
You
in
know
the
what?
late
I was
60s,
just thinking. I was like, man,
he's
that
got
would-
one shot and it's Jethro Tull. Like,
You know what this song? This song could use some French horn. I feel like this. What is this?
It is a
This
great
Led
instrument.
Zeppelin song. This,
There's some in some of the Star Wars and stuff,
Yeah.
and especially in
Star-
Star Trek.
Oh,
There's some
okay.
big French
Yeah.
horn
Peter and
parts
the
that are
Wolf too,
really
and
good.
then all French horn.
Peter and the Wolf.
Yeah.
The classical, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I watched the cartoon when I was a kid.
No, I'm
I
gonna
know,
bring it to next
I love
break.
that
Yeah,
about
actually,
like
that'd be awesome.
Bugs Bunny back in the
Get
day.
it back
like,
out.
Taught me classical music.
Yeah.
I'll play bass, you play French horn.
Yeah,
Kill the
you got-
rabbit, kill the rabbit.
I killed the webbing.
Sound like everything.
You got a point about that, though. Like all the
I like
old
that,
classics.
Yeah.
Got good roots in that. So what do we got down here? Who wants to take the next shot?
I will, yeah, because he's probably a long story.
Yeah.
I actually, I got a nice little story though. My drumming actually originated when I was probably about 6, 7, 8 years old. I think like a lot of other people, you know, you're beating in pots and pans in the house and stuff. And I actually had my own little drum set that I made up out of oatmeal boxes and a little wooden footstool and my mother's pan tops. And she, being Japanese, there were always chopsticks around, so that's a perfect set of drumsticks as far as I was
That's
concerned.
cool.
Right?
I had built my own little drum set, and when I was about 11 years old, she bought me my first Ludwig drum set. But I got away from it for many, many years after that. But since I got back from Germany and went doing an expat job, there was a drum set in my house, and my son had brought that home. And I asked him whose drum set that was. He said it was his. I said, "Are you using it?" He says, "No." I said, "Can I have it?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." So I bought all the hardware for it, and here I am, 5 years later, tearing it up. As far as inspirations, I think that was one of your first questions, is
Yeah.
what inspired us. And some drummers, there's so many really good ones out there, but some of the drummers that really inspired me are like Danny Carey and John Bonham. Mainly those two, because if you really listen to their drumming style, it's a lot more of a sort of a primal rhythm in the background. You can listen to a lot of great technical drumming. I could go on and on about Steve Gadd, Dave Weckl, Neil Peart. There's so many good ones, Travis Barker. But if you hone it down to just that really primal rhythmic beat that people like to dance to, that gets them off of their seats, and there's only a few different styles that'll really do that. A lot of people can dance to jazz. A lot of people can dance to so many different types of music. But what gets the majority of the people up is that 120 beats per minute heartbeat sound. It's ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And they love it because it's part of our nature. It's where we are. And so I just really studied a lot of John Bonham and Danny Carey, and I really like those drummers.
I love watching his YouTube videos.
What's the BPM for our new song,
204.
It's fast, but I couldn't half say it's 102.
I like the drums because I feel like that's like the backbone to it, like because that gives it the structure, and then everything else just is kind of like the other essential limbs and organs of the body of work.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Honestly, when I hear a song, the first thing I listen to is guitar.
And if it doesn't have a guitar, we usually go with drums.
Yeah. But there's usually a guitar in
Yeah,
every song.
yeah. Well, yeah.
But being a guitar player, I automatically just guitar.
Right, and
And it goes right to it.
a lot of people tend to hear their instrument first.
Yeah.
Like if you're a guitar
yeah.
player, you hear the guitar first. If you're a drummer, you hear the drums first. Bass player hears mostly bass. Singer listens to the vocals, typically.
That's true.
Yep.
I listen to the spoons.
It's actually really hard for me to pick drums out of a song. I really got to focus and listen to it to find out, what is that bass drum doing? What is the snare?
You
What is
gotta-
the hi-hat doing?
You gotta listen to my pickup truck. It's really easy at that point.
Yeah. But so I do that. But if you notice, I have a 5-piece drum kit right here. A lot of people, when they play out, they usually only have 4-piece. They usually just have one rack tom and one floor tom. And because of the fact that I really like that sort of primal rhythmic beat, I really feel the need to have 3 toms.
Yeah.
So I almost never play with just 2. I always have to have that 3rd tom.
Some of these so-called local media companies claim to sell you a website and a digital platform. But did you know that when your agreement ends, they own your website and your digital platform? Not with In-House Media. We build and design websites, logos, and radio and TV ads, trademarks, and more. And when we're done, you own all of it. We also provide web hosting, tech support, SEO services, and so much more. When we're done, the site is yours. The trademarks are yours. Don't get your head caught in a corporate cluster. Work with somebody locally right here in Genesee County. Online at inhousemediaofficial.com. In-House Media. We're in the business of building business.
All right, so you got 3 toms, which is really interesting because I got an aunt who dated 3 toms at the same time. So it's
Good, because you can't mess up the name, right?
right. Yeah. So if anything, I'd like to. My own personal name for your drum set would be Nancy. Nancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom and
She
Nancy.
gets around.
I'm
Banging
sorry,
3
you
toms.
picked it
Banging
up.
3
Banging
times.
3 times.
Banging 3 times.
Good golly.
Dude, that would be a really cool song.
Banging 3 times.
Banging 3 times.
Can I steal that?
Yeah.
What?
Might be a bad song for a chick to sing or something.
Well,
No.
it'll be
I was
about.
gonna
It'll
sing
be
my
about.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, it'll be about an ex-girlfriend or something like
Love
that.
banging 3 times.
Yeah, just like my drum set, banging 3
Be a
times.
drummer entendre song.
Yeah,
Instead of
and a
double
lot of
entendre.
drum solos. A lot of drum solos would be in that. I feel.
Mm-hmm. A lot of tom solos.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel
A lot of tom.
Once you guys make that song, you gotta tag us.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
definitely.
So,
For sure.
and you don't have to throw any royalties our way, but they would be appreciated.
We'll see how it does. I mean, percentages speak volumes. That's all I'm saying.
That's the song that leads to the success. Banging 3
Whoa.
times #1 on the U.S. charts, and holding it 8 weeks in Japan.
Yeah.
That's really cool though. I like so you're you just derail a little bit. Your mom's Japanese. Is your dad also Japanese or
No.
no?
No, I'm only half.
Only half.
Yeah, so my father was an Army warrant officer.
Okay.
Okay.
So he flew in the Army, and he met her in Japan when he was stationed with her.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
awesome.
That's really cool. How long are they still together?
No.
No.
They were divorced when I was, I don't know, 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
So, I was raised as a single mom.
Okay. Well, that's really cool though. I really like that. Nice story too.
Yeah, that was a good.
We could probably add that into the banging 3 times little
No intro.
yeah. So,
Side note.
what's your dad's name?
George.
Oh, okay. I was really hoping for Tom.
You were. I can see that.
Can't be lucky on everything.
All right, who wants to go next? Christy?
Christy. You're me. Head
Well,
on, bro.
I started out pretty much in the womb.
In the womb?
Yeah,
That's what I
popped
said.
out.
You bust out with the guitar too?
Yeah,
You're,
well, I popped
both
out.
your own
It's-
moms.
It's funny you say that because this is a beautiful womb.
Yeah, it was a nice womb actually. Nice and open, airy.
Warm, cozy, airy, and warm.
Airy. Nice and airy.
Echo! Echo!
Doing a hot dog on the hallway.
Nice and stuffy, you know.
Great natural reverb.
Couple Marshalls in the side there.
Oh, you give me crickets.
No, I popped out and like I was 9 months before my dad had me a Stratocaster like across my feet, you know, when I was plucking strings. So
Oh, so your dad plays?
yeah, my dad,
Okay.
actually I'm like 5th generation, so guitar player.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So like yeah, I was like my uncles, all my uncles played. My grandpa played, my great grandpa played, and so on.
That's cool.
That's really cool. 5 generations.
Yeah, I'm self-taught.
Oh, self-taught. Yep.
Yeah.
I am in a way. My dad just gave it to me, and like he was like, "Here you go.
Yep.
Johnny Be Good." Showed me that song, and then "Smoke on the Water,"
I love that.
Yeah.
and then tried to show me a scale or two, and then I just kind of like I had this book that was called Mel Brooks. It was like 1980s or something.
Like
you know.
the email Brooks?
Yeah, like I think it was Mel Brooks or something Brooks or Mel.
Said, I don't think Mel Brooks is right.
yeah, like
he directed,
the-
that's the dude who directed
I'm gonna-
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs
No,
and like
no,
Blazing
when-
Spaceballs,
Saddles.
the music lessons.
Mel something.
Robin Hood.
But anyway, it was the guy that every kid had
Marriage!
it came standard in your Apple phone Harmony bag, you know.
Oh, okay.
And it was it taught me basically the chords, but I never really knew the chords either. I just kind of like didn't pay attention, and then I figured out how to play by ear. And
Yeah.
once I played by ear, it was pretty much over. I got into like Joe Satriani, and then I got into like, you know, Van Halen, Steve Vai. You know, I was listening to all that, but like I really started training myself to like listen to what they're playing and how they're playing it. And then I found Steve Ray Vaughan, and you know, then I really, because he was doing stuff that, you know, he was making sounds out of his guitar that, you know, only Jimi Hendrix could probably produce, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is he doing different, you know? So I've been working, you know, for years on my style, and I've taken a liking to like a lot of Texas blues,
Okay.
and so I have a big style like that.
Right.
So I do a lot of Freddie King stuff, and I really like I said, Lonnie Mac, Steve Ray Vaughan, you know, those guys all blow my mind. I do like the new stuff out, you know, Christone Kingfisher, he's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah,
If you
he
ever check
is.
him out.
He really
Philip
is.
Stacey's really good, you know, I've been listening to him a lot. John Mayer, the guy's a genius. You know, so there's the blues is alive. It's just it's out there, and they're doing different stuff too. You know, they're doing pop, and they're writing songs for all sorts of shit.
Right. But
You know, it's just like Stevie Ray did for both. You know, he's on a
Yeah.
couple of his tracks. You know, most people don't even know that.
Right?
I did not know
that was
that.
right
I
now.
didn't.
Yeah,
That was right now when I heard that
the
Stevie
song
Ray
Let's
was on.
Dance. Next time you listen to solo, you'll be like, that's Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh,
to what?
Let's Dance. Let's
Oh,
Oh,
you're
wow.
right.
Yep, that's
You are
Stevie Ray
definitely
Vaughan.
right, because I could hear that now that you think about
Yeah,
that.
that's Stevie Ray. So
Huh.
you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and like we formed this band, and it's just been nothing but freedom with this thing. So it's kind of molded into like, well, when you guys hear me, you guys will know what we're talking about. So, and then we got the lighter side too, like Fresh Squeeze Blues that we do.
Yep.
That's the lighter side of us. So.
Oh, yeah.
Which comes to this, how do you guys come up with the band name? Because I like it. It's very.
That's all him.
Really.
Honestly,
As far as I know,
had
I
a
wasn't
lot of
even
lemon
around when
weed
they
at
named
the
the band,
time,
but-
and I think that's where the lemon. Well, I always saw these doily things at his house too. They're all these like lemon decor and stuff.
Look like
And
the lights and shit.
I looked down and I saw it, and he had like it was like a cloth or something, and it was lemons on it. And then we had papers right there, and I was like, "What about the twisted lemons?" And you're like, that doesn't sound that bad. But you're right. Actually, it's kind of a cool name.
Some lot of thought came into it because of like merchandise, if
Yeah.
I have lemons on stuff, and my wife was all, had like lemons all over the place, lemon tablecloths, lemon pictures on the wall,
And our
and
favorite slogan: "Show me your lemons."
Nice. I love that.
I love that.
That's,
Does it work, Kitty?
it's in our song. Yeah.
But does it work?
Yes, it has worked.
It has worked.
So
I mean,
here's what
it's
I
got
say,
it's got a
Mike.
batting average of a AAA guy in the major league, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Depends on what bar you're in.
I was gonna say it really depends on what part of the county you're standing in
What time of night?
and what time of night you play that song.
We're gonna have to start a band called like Watermelon Grove or something like that and say "Show us your melons."
We can't copy them.
It's different. It's
It
different.
is different.
Different fruit.
Change 30%.
Just switch it up. Play one country song. Just play Watermelon
Oh,
Crawl.
yeah, Watermelon
And then you
Crawl,
got
yeah.
it. You can use the Show Me Your Melons on it.
Right.
You don't have to change the band name.
100%.
That's good.
So, because we kind of just skipped over you. We're not holding out on you
Okay,
and your
we're good.
mustache. We need the whole story.
So the whole story, well, it all started way back. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it actually was way back in the day. I'm another 4th or 5th generation music type person guy. My great uncle actually jammed for Bob Seger back in the early '60s before he was Bob Seger in the Silver Bullet Band. They used to jam, and he was a drummer. I should probably clarify that. I got started into live music as a drummer. So I was like 5 or 6 years old when he sent me behind a kit for the first time. And I was like, this is amazing. I want to do this forever. And obviously my parents were like, you can't have a drum set. That's too noisy. So fast forward, 14 years later, I'm 15, 16 years later, I'm 21, 22 years old. And I've dabbled in drums throughout the past few years. And somebody says, one of my buddies was like, well, we're starting a band. We need a drummer. And I was like, I'm not a drummer, but I can become one.
All right.
The rest is history, dude. I started playing every day. I turned all sorts of wacky spaces into jam rooms so that I could keep playing in adverse circumstances. Dude, I gutted the back room of a 34-foot Winnebago and built an entire studio in a 6x8 room.
That's cool.
Like I could
That's
fit
awesome.
I could fit a 4-piece band back there. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder, but we rocked. But I mean, I did that for 12 or 13 years. COVID happened, kind of slowed it, was
Yeah.
kind of ramping back into it. And Crispy talks to me one day, and he's like, man, we really need some extra bodies in this band project that's going on. You want to start coming to rehearsal, come hanging out a little bit. And I was like, sure. So I went to their show at Shiners, and I liked what I saw, so I started going to rehearsals and started doing backup vocals and shaking the tambourine and banging on rototoms and doing, whatever I could to fill the sound. And then the lead singer and the rhythm guitar player left at the same time, and we had shows in 2 weeks. I'm like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, I'll give it a go. So like they said, they auditioned some people and they settled on me, and it was the same as drums. When I got the slot, I just dove right into it. No pun
The
intended.
rest is
Right,
history.
And the rest is history. Like I've
That's
been
cool.
jamming, I've been doing the singing. I mean, I always loved to sing. Like I was a trumpet player in middle school. I've always been in music. So in one form or another, and it comes from both sides of my family. But I've really only been the lead singer for the Twisted Lemon Blues Band. And didn't join the band until probably after a year after they got going. So
So like, was it 22?
yeah, I didn't come out until, was it 22? Has it been that long already?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the way we feel about
Yeah.
this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Man, we're coming up on our year.
Yeah, so it was March 11th, I believe, was our first gig at Shiners in 2022. And then after that, you became the lead singer.
Okay, so
'Cause
I'm,
Lindsay, that was Lindsay's only lead singing gig.
no, you guys did one at,
Hazel
you
Park.
guys did one at Legion too,
Yeah. but-
with Lindsay.
Oh yeah, well, no, but
As the
she was
lead.
always guesting though at that
No,
point.
she was the lead. Yeah, because I remember I wouldn't have worn a Charlie Brown shirt and ran around shaking a damn tambourine for nothing.
No.
Charlie Brown
She
shirt.
did a couple of them.
Yeah, she did a couple.
Okay.
But you know, after she left, I was very adamant about like, hey, I can do these shows in 2 weeks. Like, we don't have to cancel anything. I'll learn the songs, I'll learn my parts, and we'll make it happen. And the first couple shows were a little rocky, but we got them done. And you know, ever since then, it was just, it's, you know, we've all grown so much as a band, and our ability to just, for lack of a better phrase, make music, it never ceases to astound me.
A little plug here is, you know, Lindsay is absolutely amazing singer. Her name is Lindsay Onica, and unfortunately, you know, she had some things that she had to take care of, personal issues and stuff. But she was absolutely amazing. So it was very difficult for us to find somebody to replace her with. She set the bar so high.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she is just so good that it was difficult for us to settle on anybody. And then Donnie came along, and he is a really good singer, but he was a male.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
it was
I'm
hard
not
for us to
astonished
settle on
yet.
It
that.
changed the whole sound of the
It
band.
changed
It
the whole
did.
sound.
It
So we
changed-
had to take a step back and figure out what we're gonna play. And
We were going
songs
Derek
he
Trucks
could
at that
sing.
point, and then Donnie came along, and now we're like
That name sounds really
Motorhead.
Lindsay.
I don't know about Motorhead, but that brings me to the, I guess, you know, we're talking inspirations. I'm talking my family, my great uncle, who jammed for Bob Seger, and his son was an Elvis impersonator. But so that was, you know, I was always like, I want to be on stage and I want to do that.
Yeah.
But if we're talking influences, I mean, dude, I listen to everything.
So
I
of
mean,
course we have a couple of Elvis songs. that
we do
Oh,
have a
really?
couple of Elvis
Awesome.
songs. Elvis was a big influence. I mean, hell, the Blues Brothers were a big influence.
we got it pretty close.
Bon Scott from AC/DC was a big influence. Like, think of, you know, and I mean, obviously I had guys like Bonham and Keith Moon was one of my greatest influences on drums. Zoltan, whatever
Battery.
the guy who drums for Volbeat,
No.
I think.
Yeah, Zoltan.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's such a freaking show off, man. He bounces drumsticks off the floor. He like stands up and plays backwards and
Yeah,
crap like that.
I've
Like
seen some live videos of that.
anybody that I would list as an influence is not just a musician; they're also a showman.
Yeah.
They make it look wild and crazy with whatever they're doing, whether it's singing, whether it's playing guitar, whether it's playing drums, and like I always knew. And I mean, you know, not to sound myself short, but there's a lot of musicians out there. I always knew I'd never be the greatest drummer or the greatest singer or the greatest anything in the world, but I could be a showman. You know, I could be an awesome showman, and I just had to figure out how to blend those two together. This really gave me the chance to do that, and I had to be a showman with the lead singer that I was replacing because, like they said, she set the bar really high. I can't sing as good as she can. I'll go ahead and say that outright. Like, I'm not the greatest singer in the world, but
If it's the same person I'm thinking of, because you don't really come across anybody with that last name very often.
Right.
I think I actually went to high school with her.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
It's very possible.
possible.
I went to Davison.
Isn't she?
I don't know.
I think she's a Lake Orion. No, I think she's like.
Yeah.
Is she- I don't know.
I don't know.
But if it's the same person I'm thinking of, yeah, she had a really good voice. So.
Very good.
What color hair did she have?
Well, that's
I'm
a
lucky
loaded
I remember
question.
the
Chicks
name.
die
Like
there
this
in 2
time.
weeks, bro.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she was.
Because I know when you guys first started and Ryan told me about the band.
Yeah.
He's like, go get to see my neighbor, you know, and that obviously Lindsay was his neighbor, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, she used to live right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, are you guys all from the area? You guys,
To find the area, I mean,
No, he's from Colorado.
where?
the Michigan area, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. But like,
I graduated Lake Orion.
Yeah.
You graduated Oxford, didn't
No,
you?
Orion.
No, you were Orion as well?
I was Orion, and I went to Orionville and then back to Orion.
Okay. So we were both Lake Orion grads and have scattered a little bit. He's in Oxford, I'm in Independence Township,
Okay.
which is just really small circle in between Pontiac and Clarkston
Yeah.
and Auburn Hills and Lake Orion. So,
And Charles lives. in-
Charles-
I got a place on Lake St. Clair and we're living in Brighton right now.
Okay. Keeping your options open.
Yeah.
And then you live in
Ortonville, yeah.
I always get those mixed up, Ortonville and Otisville, because they're like on each side of Davison.
They're
Like,
two different
they're on each
types
sides, yeah.
of towns.
Dude, I don't know if I go that far.
You know what's funny is, I just wanted to touch on this really quick because, you know, we call ourselves the Twisted Lemon Blues Band, but when you tell people that we're a blues band, because I've said that walking into a place and I'm starting to set up and they go, hey, what kind of music do you play? You know, well, you know what's the name of your band?
Yeah.
We're the Twisted Lemon Blues Band. We play blues, you know.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh. And then, you know, they'll turn around and I'm like, hang on. I said, because, you know, we're not just the cry in your beard type of
Right.
blues. You know, we're a high energy blues rock fusion.
Right.
Right.
And for example, here's a picture of our star lead singer on stage. And I've never seen a Mississippi Delta blues person do
Well,
a David
I mean-
Lee Roth.
I can attest to that.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, at first I thought you were an amputee, but then I realized
No,
you're.
no,
no,
he's
I
in
got those
midair.
buggers
Yeah,
back.
midair, yeah.
This is at a blues competition that we're supposed
Yeah.
to be competing for, and Donnie's Lee Rothing.
It looks
Well-
like you got those like.
He knows my
wires
background
in
and I know his background, so I can attest to that, and he can attest to what I can do.
I might have.
He's seen me jump off stages.
I was gonna say,
and I've seen him break.
I might have pulled a page out of your playbook for that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was a great show. That was a lot
Pretty
of
much
fun.
everybody was like, "Oh man, you ever see Mark jump off the stage?"
Yeah, so people, you know, ask us
Time
what
or
type
two.
of band we are, and I never stop with we're a blues band.
Yeah.
I always have to say we're a blues band, but we're also high energy rock blues
Right.
fusion. So don't mistake us for just a blues band.
Right. We're not your granddaddy's blues band.
Yeah,
That's
you
for
might-
damn sure.
You might hear a little country twang come out of us, and you might reverse it and do some
Right.
70s Hendrix shit. You know, you never
Yep.
know with us.
You might hear some rock. You might hear some hip
Robin-
hop. You
yeah,
never know
Robin
what's
Trout.
gonna happen.
I've seen that live video too.
So
Were we at Amy's?
Yeah, probably Amy's.
Yeah.
what's your favorite song to do that you guys play?
Oh, that's got to be an individual question, I think. Crispy, what's your favorite song to play?
Right now, I mean, I always like to do the Travis Walk thing.
I know.
The
you
what?
ripped. It's called.
Travis Walk,
Travis Walk. Okay.
but
It's
my,
about.
my favorite one that I've been doing lately is probably I like Fresh Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like playing that song.
Nice.
It's just a cool song. I like listening to it. So. And that's my easiest one. So.
And
What about you, Roy?
There's so many. The higher energy, the better. I'll give out three. One Way Out is one. It's a cover for Allman Brothers. Voodoo Child from the Jimi Hendrix version, because we kind of like do our own sort of style on that
twist
one.
on it, good.
Backdoor Man also is a really good
But I
version.
like Backdoor Man.
I like
Yeah.
Backdoor Man
I like
a lot.
Champagne and Reefer too. That one's
Yeah,
fun.
those ones are fun.
And then of course our Zombie Girl. It's a lot of fun. We, like I was explaining to you earlier, we kind of add a little bit of a Tom solo in there since the original cut of that, and we've kept that in there. And we all enjoy playing it.
That's-
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Although we have a new tune that we're working on. I think that one's going to become one of my favorites.
Now, which one's
It's a
that?
ripper, bet on me.
But,
Bet on me. Okay. Yeah, that one is a ripper.
I like our Trower song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 O's.
Oh, yeah,
That
sure.
one's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have fun with
Brother,
that.
That's how he's playing.
I like
in,
Lenny with the big
September.
crowds.
Yeah,
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 plays
it
with
is.
big crowd.
Yeah, if I got a big crowd, because
You go play with them, they dig that shit when they see it live. You know, back 'em up.
Oh, man, that's
What about you, John?
a tough question. Like, I wanted them to go first because I wanted to think of something, but I was interested in their answers. I was totally can't multitask. Cannot. Drumming and singing is about where I stop. Like, that's, I can do that.
It's funny too, while you're thinking about that, I'll just mention that, you know, it's rare to have a drummer that sings. And, cause there's not a whole lot of people that can, number one, have some kind of four-limb independence to play the drums.
Right.
Now you're actually gonna throw in vocals on top of that, which
Right.
might be a little bit of a different rhythm to what you're playing on
Yeah.
the drums. So, and you also have to have some amount of talent to be able to sing. And
Some.
I do some lead singing songs, and Donnie as well can sing lead and drum at the same time. However, we can't share the drums
Right.
very often because he's a left-handed drummer and I'm a right-handed drummer.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
a lefty.
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
a lefty.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have done it though. They have
Yeah.
did the switch.
Yeah,
I got it on my Facebook.
We do the switcheroo every once in a while. Roy'll let me go back there and hang out on the drum set for a few
Yeah, they'll
minutes.
keep the beat going and they'll
I know.
switch
Get
spots.
you guys
and go back into
dual
it.
like
That's pretty
dual
cool.
drum sets. You guys just sit next to each other. Is there a band out there that's got 2 drum
Phil
sets?
Collins.
Godsmack does it.
Godsmack does it.
Godsmack,
Godsmack.
they only bring it out for
They just do
a
like
specific
a drum off.
show.
They do a drum off.
Who was it? Wasn't it Between the Buried and Me that used to do 2 drummers on stage
Yeah.
all the time?
Yup.
Yeah, and that's now we're getting into a whole different avenue of music there. Like that is
Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
right. Like that was
Eric Clapton's been doing that for years.
what 2 drummers on stage forever
Yeah, they-
for the whole show.
Yeah, look at some of the old videos back in the 80s and the guys all doing big collaboration. There's 5 drummers sitting up there.
Big
5
God.
drummers.
Yeah.
All at the same time?
Yeah, they're all jamming to different shit. They got 4 or 5 keyboardists, like 8 guitar players.
Yeah. Hey.
That's a lot going on.
That is a lot going
They had
on.
some pretty badass concerts back in the day.
Right.
It was like Eric Clapton, Jimmy Vaughn, Stevie Ray Vaughan's in there.
I was gonna say that was they all
Santana's
knew each
Buddy
other.
Guy, yeah,
They
Buddy
could just
Guy.
call each other up. Like, hey, let's
B.B.
put on a
King's in
super
there,
show.
Santana.
Santana's known for having a huge
Yep,
rhythm section.
Santana's
too.
Yeah.
massive rhythm section. Freddie King had 2 drummers.
Looks like we got some work to do, Roy.
Did you think of your song
Oh. Whoa, a distraction! Oh.
Squirrel.
Oh, man, you know,
That's me.
we got a song, it's called In My Pocket.
Oh.
And that song is a riot for me. I don't even sing a whole heck of a lot. The words are super simple. But, like, that's a perfect song. You know how you were describing that blues is a vibe?
Yeah.
Like, that's a perfect song to describe the vibe of the blues that we kind of play. Because, like, it's you know, it's gritty and it's a little bit rougher, but it's got that classic blues backbeat. It's a classic blues progression, and the lyrics leave so much to interpretation.
Yeah.
Like, it tells a story, but it tells whatever story you play in your head that goes over the song, and it always fits. You know, it's something that people can really emulate with. I love performing that song. Also, and as far as covers go, the Trower song's a freaking riot. That one's super fun to play.
That's one of the few songs that we actually play really close to the recording.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So what about the hip hop song?
Okay, so the hip you want to hear about the hip hop song.
Yeah.
So we're working on a
Doing a
couple
little
of
Gangster's
things.
Paradise. We're doing.
Gangster's Paradise.
Little bit of Outcast, more like we just kind
Hey,
of.
yeah, kind of like what it would.
No, I can't get these guys to do Hey Ya. That's a little.
Sorry,
too
Miss
much.
Jackson.
The way you move.
Oh,
I
hey,
throw,
there we go.
I throw
Okay.
in the first verse of that song over the rhythm line of Superstition.
Oh.
So these
okay.
guys are
Yeah,
back there
it's really
plugging
cool, I've heard
it, and I'm rapping the first verse of the way you move over that line.
Yeah, and then I sub rhythm it.
I was gonna
Voodoo
say,
Child.
he runs the Voodoo Child rhythm in over it
Like
for a
over
little
top of
while,
that.
and it just
Oh,
it
so
blends.
You have to
It's
play
just
it.
That's pretty cool.
it's just an awesome little
You have to
blender
play
of
it.
music.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
I like
cool.
that.
And then we do every once in a while, if they really dig the hip hop vibe, we'll throw out our own kind of smoothed out R&B version of No Diggity.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got a nice version in there.
That's cool.
We're getting some more stuff going. It's like, I mean, you know, R&B and hip hop was, I mean, those guys all listen to the blues. Their moms and
Yeah.
dads all listen to blues. Like that was.
I think if we
And they
revamp
sample the
some hip hop
blues.
into our stuff, I think I'd like to work on like probably like early '90s.
Yeah.
MC Light type stuff.
We're-
or
We're gonna start incorporating that more
It's
into our.
light. I haven't heard that forever.
We're gonna
It's
start
the old
incorporating,
school, man.
right?
It had the funk and groove to it though. Man.
And like
Just
that,
do some TLC.
yeah.
that
No,
was
that's
all.
too. That's too.
Lindsay doesn't. Lindsay's not the lead singer anymore. It's unfortunate, but no. I mean, '90s hip hop, '80s hip hop. That was born from the blues, and I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
all the blues bands that mix their stuff up, they all revert back to the classic rock. Like, we're the Twisted Lemon Blues Band. We're trying to do it different. We want, we want that twist in there.
Yeah.
That extra bit of engagement. Like, oh, they're not your average blues band. They play hip hop.
Jeff's a
Like,
Jeff's a karaoke DJ here, and we used to like stump him at the end of the night because he's always like, pick a song, and I'll just sing it. Doesn't matter what. We had him singing NWA. We had him
oh,
singing everything.
jeez.
And he
That
hated
was
it.
so
He-
bad.
He hated us.
So
He
bad.
hated us.
I have, well, it's because, like, I can't read that fast. So, like, NWA was just like, oh, no. So I would just be like the last couple words of the sentence, and I don't know how it goes because it's not exactly something I listen to. So I'm like,
That's why we always pick the rap songs just to,
yeah.
for the end of the night chuckle because
Or-
he does it.
I had to sing I Touch Myself so much, like, by the vinyls, like.
I love that.
You know we're
song.
still
Yeah.
live, right?
Great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Are we just doing the podcast? Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, we're still on the podcast.
I think you did lovely with Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we made him do Britney Spears.
Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
man.
Taylor
I've done,
Swift.
yeah.
I mean, I think there's a video floating around me and Travis singing Taylor Swift
No,
somewhere.
That was for like your own enjoyment.
yeah, it was the wrong
Why were you guys in a bathtub?
It was the wrong version of the song in the first place.
That was the wrong version.
Better acoustics that way.
Yeah, I bet.
Right?
Yeah.
Acoustics and bathrooms are great.
Yeah.
They are.
But like,
I've
I would
done
have
mine.
liked it better if you guys had clothes on. I think it would have been better for the video.
I've dragged my guitar in the bathroom before.
It could clean the inside of it, that's get that nice underwater.
No,
sound.
they got great acoustics.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, Lake Orion Lake. in
Don't
that
watch the
tunnel
guitar
thing.
thing,
Under Bellevue Island.
What's
You
that?
bust out a guitar there. It's
Oh,
yeah.
that tunnel and
freaking
like
amplifier. Like,
Oh yeah, that's so
your
cool.
acoustic sounds like it's got a Marshall backing and it's awesome. Man.
So you guys look at your like analytics as far as like what the crowd thinks is your best song, their favorite song.
We've taken some polls on Facebook, and I've looked at the demographics. Like who follows us.
Uh-huh.
What those demographics look like. There's a huge range.
It really just
Yeah.
depends on what part of the county you're standing in. Again,
Okay.
like it's sometimes we play shows for diehard blues aficionados, and they love our more classic blues stuff. They like the stuff like In My Pocket and Fresh Squeezed Blues and One Way Out and Lenny and Mean gets them all. We're not even gonna go. We're not even gonna talk about that. That's like our one song where everybody's like, oh, okay. Like the blues aficionados are like, this is classic blues. It's a little rockabilly, but it's classic blues. And then everybody else is like, oh my god, we can dance. And they just start dancing.
There's a dance TikTok.
But
TikTok dance.
it's just.
I like that. It'll catch on. I like that. Yeah. I like that.
Right?
So what are your groupies called? Like the
Lemonheads.
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 Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, we call them Lemonheads.
The
Lemonheads.
followers, they're not girlies.
I mean,
Yeah,
they could be
followers
groupies,
is a-
but I mean,
Followers is a much better term.
oh.
Yeah.
We used to give them out, but they started chucking them back at us. Like
Oh,
the big lemon
oh yeah,
followers.
yeah. Especially if you guys start like not doing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
And then you start. You guys need a song. Oh, dude, that'd be great. Another name for a song that'd be really great.
What's
When
that?
Life Gives You Lemons. Yeah. There you
yeah,
go.
just
Twist 'em.
I know.
Right, that's good.
Right?
Do what? When life gives you lemons.
Yeah, live life.
Twist
Gives-
'em.
yeah.
Twist them.
Grab life by
Twist
the
'em.
lemons.
Grab life by the lemons.
I like that.
Grab the lemons and run for your life. I'm not really sure where this is going.
It's a Howlin' Wolf song.
Get your some merchandise out there, some branding for like shirts and stuff. That'd be really cool.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got.
We've got some good ideas for shirts. We just like that falls into the, we've just been so freaking busy.
Yeah.
It's been hard to prioritize
Yeah, we
certain
do.
things.
We need a manager to help our manager.
Yeah.
So what? Speaking of all that, like, what are your guys' plans? What is your guys' like? I don't know if end goal is like the right word, but like, where is your projection? Where do you wanna
Like
go?
your future endeavors,
Yeah.
like where do you want to go in the future?
I mean,
Trying to work on the rest of our music.
Yeah,
you know,
we're-
and get enough down that we can take it to the studio. And we got like multi-studios that want us
Yeah.
to come in. And it's not a problem, it's just the way.
we're trying to shift in. Yeah, we're just trying to shift into original music and make that transition as smooth as possible. I mean, we're writing. We've got decent songs. At least we think they're decent, and the people who listen to us think they're decent. We've got some good original music. We want to get some more going and get that out where people can, get that music at the touch of a button.
Right.
I think that's a short-term goal. I mean, long-term, I would like to do more albums and more Twisted Lemon stuff and make it kind of more of a staple as
Yeah.
opposed to like just a Southeast Michigan thing. Is this Southeast Michigan still?
We're mid.
We like the borderline.
The southeast. When you say, I
Sorry.
think we're mid because southeast you think of like Detroit and stuff like that. But like, I think we're mid Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's also what the TV says.
Okay. So yeah, this is fair enough. Let's go with what the TV says.
Let's go with the news.
So, I mean, we're pretty popular in the Southeast Michigan region, but obviously, like any band who's writing their own music does, we want to expand. We want to get bigger. And I mean, I don't really see.
Well, there's a vicious cycle in between.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to go out and play and be always playing. And if you're not playing all the time, people forget about it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like everything else. COVID happened. Most people forgot about it. They forgot. They don't even think about it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So in order for us to stay relevant, we have to play all the time, post videos, post little snippets, and if we're not playing, snip out little things
Right.
that you can highlight and keep that going,
Exactly.
because you have to keep the attention on
That's
yourself.
very
Yeah.
true. That's why.
Then you gotta write
Yeah.
music too, plus go to the studio, do all
Right.
the other shit. I mean, it's a hard job to do what we're doing.
I mean, that's mainly why we came up with the in between,
Yeah.
Yep.
because we were doing podcasts like at the end of the month,
Yeah.
Once a
you know,
month,
a once a month thing, and it's like we need to put more material.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's why we started that, and it's taken off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
you-
just-
Thank you, TikTok.
Yeah, it's just like it's just like the
It's
the
not.
open gym.
Yeah.
There was one that was going every 2 weeks, and then people didn't know if it was this week or this week, so I said, okay, well, let's just open up the other half of that week, and we'll have it every week.
Right.
Yeah.
One will be a blues, and one will be more rock and roll oriented, or whatever you want to do. You can
Yeah.
recite a poem up to it.
Yeah.
And now we got a freaking crowd. They're like, I mean, every night for our
Yeah,
blues
we've
night,
got-
there's
I've seen
10
the
people sitting
I've
there
seen the
waiting to play.
lives.
Yep, we've
and
got
the
a-
videos.
We've got a full card every week. The host band goes up, we play our songs, and we might play with other musicians throughout the night, but it's not it's not like the old days where it's the three of us or the four of us that stand up there, nobody shows up, and we've got to play 6 or 7 5-song
That's
sets.
very cool.
Like,
I
you know, we
remember
do-
back in the day.
Yeah, nobody showed up.
Nobody showed
Nobody
up.
showed up.
These guys all
Maybe-
showed up.
Right?
There's a girl, Sherry, comes out. She brings a bass guitar, a guitar, a saxophone.
I know.
flute,
I know.
like
I mean,
French
Yeah,
horn.
I know Sherry.
yeah,
The whole orchestra
maybe.
come out.
Sherry Jean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sherry Jean's
She's
son,
very
honey.
talented.
She
Sherry
is.
Teagues.
Sherry
Jean.
Jean.
Oh, I was like, well, where's this at?
Very, very talented.
Yeah, Mama Hot Wheels.
Neither one of us are old enough to know Cheryl Teagues. What are you worried about with that?
I'm just saying. I'm an avid reader.
Yeah, avidly reading your dad's Playboy magazines in frickin'
He also,
1996.
he also runs, on Sundays. He also
Trivia,
runs.
yeah.
He also runs.
Fair
trivia.
enough.
He has to read a lot.
But what gigs? I know you said you had something. You're going to be at Cascades in 2
Cascade.
weeks.
Well, the Twisted
Okay.
Lemons host a blues jam there every 2 weeks. This is our week, and the week after next is our week.
Right.
But there is a jam, so the Twisted Lemons do it, and then it's like 3/4 of the one-timers, I guess, or all of us, depending on the week, that host it on the off weeks. And on those weeks, when the Lemons aren't hosting it, I actually play the drums. So,
Probably
I'm still-
sings too. Because
Yeah,
drums
if
do
I
shut
must.
up, you know, so.
If I must.
If I must.
To keep it fun, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then
It's not.
we got. What are we doing next week? The Blues.
Yeah, we're playing the Blue Goose
on
in.
Sunday. Yeah.
Blue Goose.
Yeah,
That's-
that's
Where's
that's
that?
a blues. That's a blues.
Tickler
bar.
Shore.
I was gonna say that's
Oh, okay, so it's down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Next to his house.
yeah, pretty much.
One of his houses.
Next to one of his houses.
And then we got a whole bunch of shows coming up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys played Beale Street.
Yeah, we have the Hitching Post. We have the
But
Blind
not
Pig.
played Beale Street yet.
We have the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor. That's a pretty big
Are you
gig.
guys, yeah, we're going up there for the 4th.
Oh, are you to see No Fun Allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be
there
there.
the following week on the 11th.
Okay,
Yep.
right
So-
on. That's awesome.
That's my birthday.
Is
You
it?
should go to
Yeah.
Blind Pig and celebrate.
I have a prior thing. No offense to you guys, but I will say it off camera. But there's a band that I followed for 20 plus years, and they're playing at
Spice
CRB.
Girl reunion.
No.
Fair
St.
High
Paul's.
school reunion.
Oh, St. Paulish?
Yeah, they're playing their 25th anniversary at CRB.
Why did that have to be off air?
It's not.
Okay, I was like,
It's already.
not.
I was just saying it's already. It's
I'm
already
embarrassed.
posted.
I'm embarrassed to say I
No,
followed
it's
them
already
on-
posted. I'm definitely not embarrassed by that band by any means. It's probably one of the first local bands that I followed, and so they're going to be playing out there. So that's my prior engagement,
Nice.
and it's 5 minutes from the house. So.
Wow.
But I mean, that's cool though. I'm excited to go out on the 4th and see.
Yeah,
I've never
no,
been to
I-
a Blind Pig, so
I've
and I
never
heard
even
there's
seen a
lot.
blind pig, so that's pretty cool.
Blind
But
Pig
a
never
lot-
seen you either.
So, well, if you guys actually, you know,
It's
all of our
interesting.
stuff is on Facebook. All of our
Yeah.
events are posted. So if you go on there, you know, you
Yeah.
can like us and follow us on Facebook, and then you'll see all of our events come up as we do
And-
tend to post new events.
And past events, you can look at all
And
the
past
places.
events, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I think last year I played like 96 times.
You personally?
Yeah.
I have the
You
same
mentioned-
Half of
name.
it was the lemons.
I was gonna say.
You mentioned the Hitchin Post too. I mean, that's another.
Where's the
part of it.
Hitching Post at? I've heard of
It's
that.
on the
That's
Here.
on up here.
Yeah, it's-
Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah, we played that. We played
I got drunk there.
Amy's place downtown.
That's what you do there.
Yeah.
Thumbville.
Thumbville.
Yeah.
Because if you live in
Dee's or
Davis, you
Holloway.
probably go to Columbiaville from time to time,
The
right?
boat bar.
Yeah.
I've been.
The Token Lounge.
Do they have anything in Columbiaville?
Yeah, two places.
Yeah,
Amy's
Amy's
Reservoir,
Downtown Reservoir Bar.
Amy's Downtown Reservoir, and BD's is now called Holloway's.
Yeah, the
Oh.
The old backdoor lounge.
backdoor lounge.
Yeah, it's right on New Dodge Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that there was a couple bars on M15, but I think one burnt down and the other one got just tore down. But like that's all I knew was in Columbiaville. And then there's that one. What was that one restaurant that's like Eagle's Nest or something like that in Columbiaville?
That must have been back room in our lounge.
Either that or Amy's. What did
I
Amy's
don't
used to be
remember.
called?
I don't remember.
Amy's is right downtown. Like,
Yeah.
Well, because
Connected to all the
Yeah,
Um,
I never. Well, maybe I walked into them once.
Eagle's Nest. Well, that's Eagle's Nest was recent. I thought they were still a thing. Is it not? But that's a restaurant. Is it?
Yeah, it might.
Peanut butter.
I don't even know if that town has a post office. Let's be real.
I didn't say. I will say. I went there and they had this weird burger, and I had to try it. Because it was like goat cheese. It had peanut butter, bacon, Brussels sprouts.
What?
Bacon, but no, it like bacon jam. and stuff
Oh,
like that.
I like bacon jam. No,
And
that's
I was like, I had to get that burger. Me and my dad both got it, and I asked him, and I'm like, how often do people get this burger? And she said, well, at least 2 a week. I'm like, well, here's your 2 here. Like, I guess you get mentioned to order for the week. Just people like, what is this?
Did you like it?
Right?
It was interesting. I didn't hate it. Would I get it again? Maybe another 2 years. But like, I don't know. Like, and
You
that
gotta
was
forget-
about
you gotta-
4
You gotta
years ago.
forget the taste.
You gotta forget what it tastes like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
Like, that
yeah.
was interesting. It wasn't terrible. Could I eat it in a pinch? Yes. Will I do it voluntarily? No.
No, but maybe 2
If
years.
you're ever in Oxford,
Years at
go
least.
to that DK Donuts and get yourself a donut.
Yes.
Those things are
Oh,
king.
well, no. Is that
All
the
the
same
places
place?
we've talked
The
about.
burger that uses the donuts for the
Yeah,
bun.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, I fucking love that.
Absolutely fabulous.
That is the fat man's dream
Where
right
is that
there.
And
at?
the Chiefs.
It's in Oxford.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Isn't
You'll
that
go
like,
in.
Isn't
you'll
that like
eat
the
it,
south end of
you
town?
take one bite, eat the whole thing before you're on 24 because it takes so long to get out.
I
You'll
wouldn't
turn
do
back
it.
around and get another one like that.
I got two like apple fritters for the bun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love
Yes.
Where's that at? I know
It's
the
like-
I know the sign. Is that
It's like
just south of
Boomba.
Oxford, or is
It's right before Boomba.
It's a really
just
small place.
if you're going north, it's just before
If
Boom
you're
Bush?
going from Oxford to Lake Orion, it's right after
Okay, yeah, so it is. It's right there, just south of
DK
just
Donuts.
south of Drainer.
Say hi to
on
Nike.
24.
Nike.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's the goddess of.
Awesomeness. isn't
Got
it?
us some donut
Nice.
burgers.
No, it's a Greek. I can't remember what it's Greek for something. I know that's why Nike got its name from.
Probably got us a run.
I don't know. I wanted to say it was like something with success or something. I don't know. Anyways, but it was
Yeah.
But yeah, Nike. That's cool. Sponsor us, Nike. All right.
Keep calling for all these sponsors.
I
Gibson, Fender.
It's what I'm hoping. Just
It's
throw
called-
it against the wall, and if there's one that sticks, go with it.
It's called a shameless plug.
Yes,
is what it
for
is.
sure.
It's a shameless plug.
Also, if you guys want to bring Shameless back on the air, you need an actor.
Yes.
Alright. I don't know if people want to see me naked though. I don't. That's a whole lot of man.
Definitely not.
This just took a weird turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, about the
No, it's
limits.
tested out on OnlyFans.
Right.
I'm still waiting for people
Shameless
to buy
plug.
my feet pics.
Sponsor us, OnlyFans.
Dude, that would be the funniest shit. Oh my god, being sponsored by OnlyFans.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god. We gotta make a shirt that says just
Sponsor
sponsored
us.
by OnlyFans. Like that'd be great.
I might buy that shirt.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. Sponsored by OnlyFans.
On that
golly.
note,
Good golly.
I'm glad to hear these guys play.
I think that's a good idea. Unless you have any other questions?
I'm good.
I'm ready.